Welcome to another installment of This Is Not Normal on the Political Drain podcast with Drill Sergeant Doug, aka Admin Doug, a U.S. Army veteran, teacher, musician, and family man from Jamaica, now fights for justice and democracy through commentary and humor. Follow him on YouTube at Political Drain and at Sons of Liberty Official as Drill Sergeant, aka Admin Doug, continues to protect our freedoms.
All reservists, all volunteers, and all part of the 103rd Sustainment Command based out of Des Moines, Iowa. 4 of the 6 killed have been identified by the Pentagon.
What's up, YouTube? Drill Sergeant here. And I have a story, and I want to remember those who were lost last weekend. My story is, there's a friend I have of over 30 years who they are partnered with someone who is of Persian descent, and they were so happy to see that Trump had freed the people, killed, I don't want to say his name wrong, I'll just say the Ayatollah. He's dead. And they were happy, and they were dancing around. And I agree, they were probably living in hell over there. But I said to him, I'm not sure that the monster that they've traded the other monster for is going to be all right. But I get it. I'm not going to stomp on that. The only thing is, I'm sad to see when soldiers come home dead. It saddens me as a drill sergeant that I may have one day have trained one of those people. And just as a person who sees them as my brothers and sisters, I believe there's other ways to have gone about it. And now soldiers will die, and it saddens me. And his words were, that's what they signed up for. Now, as a human being, I can understand what his partner is going through. I can understand the elation of a people who have been under duress, under a dictator. I believe that they're being freed by another dictator who actively wants them to be killed for the past 40 years. And that is a bad combination. But I never dismissed the life. I felt like he dismissed those lives. But I realized later, he said, and we talked again, he said that he was calling them heroes. That's what they signed up for, turned into, well, I meant that they were heroes. They're the only ones that will do it. You guys are heroes, and included me in this. And I still realized he saw them as heroes and what they signed up for. That's why instead of a human response to someone whose friends might be dying, it was the response of a civilian to G.I. Joe. Citizens get to separate themselves from the soldiers. We love them. They're heroes. I couldn't do it. That's right, you couldn't. But they're still friends, sons, daughters, mothers, fathers, uncles. And although I'm sure that he meant that he saw them as heroes, he saw them as heroes because they were doing what he wanted them to do. It still hasn't sunken in yet that they're people, and that I see them as people, not heroes, not G.I. Joes, and not bylines on a law or a piece of paper that sends them to their fate. And I say all that to say, I think you should see them as people too. And those of you who are not of the ilk, if you haven't served, I know that you respect me. I know you respect what we do. And even if you don't, that's fine too. I'm hoping that in this comment section, though, allow my people to speak. I invited them in, and I want to give them this one. Here are the people who served and passed this weekend, and I want to see them as such. And if you have something to say and you haven't served, don't tell me about Crockett or the news. Say something like you would to another human who's lost somebody.
The American soldiers who died in an Iranian attack over the weekend in Kuwait were devoted parents, a college student, a gardener, all reservists, all volunteers, and all part of the 103rd Sustainment Command based out of Des Moines, Iowa. 4 of the 6 killed have been identified by the Pentagon. They include Captain Cody Khork, 35, from Winter Haven, Florida. In a statement, his family said he, quote, felt a calling to serve his country from an early age. He was deployed from Saudi Arabia to Cuba to Poland. One man who served under Khork told a local station in Florida he had a great sense of humor and a strong moral compass.
A tactician, solid leader, get the mission done. But however, on the back end of that, he cared about people. Hey, I'm not going to put soldiers in harm's way. That's what you look for in a commander.
Sergeant First Class Noah Tietjens was 42. His brother told the New York Times that he had completed at least 4 tours of duty in countries including Kuwait and Iraq. A fellow soldier remembered him as a mentor.
Sergeant Tietjens was the kind of guy that was always around to help you no matter what you needed. You could call him day or night. He always took the time. You know, he made you feel important. And that's hard to find sometimes in the military.
He was also a black belt and beloved martial arts instructor in Nebraska who hoped one day to open up his own school with his wife and son. His studio posted a Facebook tribute saying he lived the martial arts code. He did not simply wear a black belt. He lived it. He led with integrity. He trained with purpose. He taught with humility. Sergeant First Class Nicole Amor was just days away from coming home. And after nearly 20 years of service, her brother told the New York Times the 39-year-old mother of 2 missed her kids. Amor's husband also told the Associated Press his wife was an avid gardener. She, quote, enjoyed making salsa from the peppers and tomatoes in her garden with her son. She also enjoyed rollerblading and bicycling with her 4th grade daughter. Sergeant Declan Cody was a 20-year-old sophomore at Drake University. His father tells the AP he talked to him just last week, and he said he'd been recommended for a promotion from specialist to sergeant, a rank he has now received posthumously. His sister told the Associated Press she just can't believe her brother is gone.
I just really wish I got to tell him I love him one more time because he was just so amazing and he was in front of everybody. He just was like really strong. He never let his emotions really show. But I don't know. I can't help but think just he was my little brother and he was probably really scared even if he didn't want people to know. And so I just wish he could have known one more time that we all loved him because he was so amazing and kind.
We are thinking of them and their families and honor their service and dedication to the country.
And there you have it. These people were brave. I still believe that when you sign up to fight for your neighbor, your daughter, your son, your mother, your daughter, your sister. You sign up to fight for the people you know, because if you didn't sign up, and if you weren't there, it wouldn't be so hard to attack us. It's a dichotomy. No matter what you think of soldiers everywhere, and you've seen all the movies of how they attack and kill people. No, they sign up to do a job that requires a certain way of thinking and living that you can't or wouldn't do. And yeah, they do it for their country. Whether you believe that or not, the fact that they're there allows you to believe that or not. Please be respectful in the comment sections.
Hey, yeah, you. Before you click away to watch someone unbox a tactical toothbrush, let's talk about something real. Political Drain isn't just another content mill. We're a digital front in a very real war. Not with bullets, but with ideas, with action, and with solidarity. We pair urgent news with critical education. And we build community around actual resistance, not the hashtag kind. The kind that moves. But here's the thing. None of this is free. It isn't. Behind every video is time, labor, research, and some weird guy asking if we're going to pay the hosting bill. And yeah, some of that money goes to things we can't necessarily say out loud. If you know, you know. Let's just say our special ops aren't Call of Duty LARPers. They're people making real moves to protect, uplift, and organize. You're not just funding a channel. You're funding a resistance network in a world where capital still calls the shots. Unfortunately, in a system built on artificial scarcity, even mutual aid has a price tag. And if we want to grow, if we want to win, we need your help. We need your help. So if you've got even a few bucks to spare, toss it our way. It's not for ads, it's not for merch drops, but for people making moves in the shadows so others can do it in the light. It's just us and you. So fund the mission, fund the fight, fund the future, because nobody's coming to save us. We save each other. That's how this works.
That was the Political Drain podcast, which can be heard on www.groovechillradio.com/political-drain and can be viewed on the Political Drain YouTube channel anytime. Once again, thank you for listening to Groove Chill as we resist fascism in any form, pursue democracy, peace, and love.